Hi guys, and welcome to our 2021 Royal Rumble prediction video, yes. Yes, the first pay-per-view of 2021, the Royal Rumble. Yes, the road to WrestleMania 37 begins. Wow, I can't believe we're at that time already. It feels like yesterday. I was in a pub watching Drew McIntyre eliminate Brock Lesnar. It was a great moment, and a great Royal Rumble last year. So, are you guys looking forward to the Royal Rumble?
Absolutely.
Always.
I'm very excited.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year. Always has been. So yeah, we have 4 matches currently on the card. It's not a lot, but it's what we've got at the minute. So let's get to it. So the first match we have is the Women's Royal Rumble match. Yes, a 30 women Royal Rumble match for a women's championship match at WrestleMania 37. So yes, the winner will go on to face either the Raw or SmackDown Women's Champion at WrestleMania. So the confirmed entrants so far are Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, Peyton Royce, Alexa Bliss, Shayna Baszler, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, and Tamina. Oh,
nobody's meaner
than Tamina. So yes, Laura. Take it away. Who are your 3 picks to win the women's Royal Rumble?
So, I have I will go from 3 to 1. So I've got Charlotte Flair in at number 3.
Charlotte.
I have
again after she won it last year, didn't she?
Okay, well, it's a maybe. It's a maybe. In number 2, I have Rhea Ripley.
Ooh, okay.
So my theory behind this is very much that I think Flair will have the women's title, and then at WrestleMania we will give Rhea Ripley a good push to win at WrestleMania. So I would like to see that, but whether that's on the cards, who knows? But that's just my prediction. And then my number 1 is Alexa Bliss. As her alter ego, her dark side.
Yeah,
so
I can see
I think that seems to be quite prominent. So yeah, I think out of all of them, that would be my number 1 spot.
Okay. So you've got Charlotte, Rhea Ripley, and Alexa Bliss.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good calls. Callum,
it's a strong lineup.
It is. Callum, your 3 picks to win the Women's Royal Rumble.
Well, me and Adam did try to do this yesterday, so he kind of knows. Well, but I might change the 3 picks that I have. Some of them. I'm going
to act surprised.
I will be surprised.
Well, yeah. I mean, I might change them, so you don't know. You might not be surprised. Anyway, number 3, the same as Laura. Actually, I did say yesterday Charlotte Flair.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, I know, but men have won it 2 years in a row, and you know there is a chance. And of course, she's always going to be in the title picture somewhere. So, yeah, I feel like Charlotte has an outside chance. Now, yesterday I said Ronda Rousey.
Ooh, shout!
Yeah, okay, I'll stick with Ronda Rousey.
Oh, you think
I would actually love to see that.
You think she's coming back? Do you?
Well, there's reports that she is. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm to believe those or not. But, you know, she went away a couple of years ago. She's, you know, rumors of her coming back. The Royal Rumble is probably a good place to do it. And then number 1, so my number 1 pick is Bianca Belair. Because I feel like, I don't want to say it's obvious and then her not win the Rumble, but I just think that she's definitely going to face Sasha at WrestleMania. So either she wins the Women's Royal Rumble or she gets it some other way. So it's either, you know, so I'm going to go for Bianca. The only reason I don't think it will be Alexa Bliss is because I think she'll probably face Asuka at the Royal Rumble anyway and potentially win. So that's the only reason I don't think it's Alexa. And then obviously, you know.
Well, Alexa is currently confirmed to be in the Rumble, yeah, but that could change. Yeah, I mean, she did beat Asuka clean last week on Raw, or this week on Raw, so which was crazy. Okay, so those are your 3 picks, Callum: Charlotte, Ronda, and Bianca. You've both got Charlotte. Oh, dear me.
Yeah.
I hated it when she won last year. I was really pulling for Shayna Baszler, but Shayna Baszler won the Elimination Chamber, so it was. We both won, I guess. So the women's Royal Rumble match. Okay, my 3 picks are. So I too have Bianca Belair. I think she's got main event written all over her. I think she's got SmackDown Women's Champion, future SmackDown Women's Champion written all over her. She's just great, Bianca Belair. I love that course she did on SmackDown, where she carried Otis. That was brilliant. I loved that, and I just think her and Sasha Banks would be a really good match for WrestleMania. That could be a really good feud. So that's one of my picks. I've also got Rhea Ripley to win the Rumble. One of my picks, because I've heard she could be leaving NXT very soon, making her main roster debut. So I do think Rhea Ripley is a very good shout. So I will say Rhea Ripley. And last but certainly not least, I have Alexa Bliss, because she's just getting such a big push at the minute. You know, she's main evented Raw, I think 3 weeks in a row. I don't think any other woman's done that before. So you can tell they're really high on her, as this possessed gimmick. Where, you know, while the Fiend's out, and obviously he's going to come back and he's coming for Randy. But when he does come back, but for now, they're obviously looking with Alexa Bliss as this possessed gimmick, and it's brilliant. So those are my 3 picks to win the Women's Royal Rumble: Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Rhea Ripley. So yeah, pretty similar to. I think very similar to Laura's, apart from Bianca Belair.
So a bit of a mixture of both, isn't it?
Yeah, I think all three of us have Bianca. Similar, very similar picks, I think. Okay, on to the next match. Let me just have a look. Okay, so yes, we have a last man standing match. Yes, for the WWE Universal Championship. Yes, we have Roman Reigns defending his belt with Paul Heyman, going up against Kevin Owens. So yes, this is a rematch from TLC. Callum, take it away. Who have you got, Roman or Kevin Owens?
Well, Roman is not going to lose. I mean, as much as I would actually like to see Kevin Owens finally get one over on him, I think it's just too soon. I think if anything, it'll be WrestleMania when Roman loses the belt to somebody. Although I do have to say, I mean, the feud's gone on a bit long now with Kevin Owens, but I like what they've changed it with Adam Pearce and brought that kind of, brought those things into it. So they've freshened it up a little bit. It's just that, I feel like, Roman's going to win, and then that should be the end of the feud with Kevin Owens. I think there isn't really a whole lot to say because I can't really imagine anything else happening except Roman winning the match.
Okay, so
Roman Reigns to retain.
Okay, I'll go next. I've really enjoyed this feud so far. I think it's been one of Roman's best feuds as Universal Champion. I think Kevin Owens has been a great opponent for Roman. I loved the TLC match. He had Roman beat several times. If it wasn't for Jey Uso helping Roman win, and then the steel cage match where Jey Uso handcuffed Kevin Owens to the cage. Oh, it's such a horror. But then Roman got his payback last week when he got announced as the new opponent. When Adam Pearce, obviously it was never going to be Adam Pearce. It was obviously just a storyline to bring Kevin Owens back. And I loved how he got his revenge and Roman, he put him through a table. I think he gave him a stunner 3 times. I was like, go on, KO. And I'm really rooting for him. I really want to see Kevin Owens win, but I just can't see it. I think Roman's going to be up to his shenanigans again with Jey Uso cheating, maybe even Apollo Crews, because Apollo and Roman had a bit of a talk on last week's SmackDown, so maybe Apollo's going to join Roman as the Samoan cult or something with Jey Uso. I don't know, but yeah, I think via shenanigans, Roman's going to win again. Someone's going to come out and help, and maybe just put Kevin Owens through 4 tables, and Kevin Owens stays down. So yeah, Roman retains, sadly, but I do think I'm really rooting for Kevin Owens, but yeah, Roman's going to retain. Laura,
I'm exactly the same. I think. It's gone on a while, but I can't see Kevin Owens winning as much as I would really like him to. With the whole tribal chief, all that kind of stuff, it's going to take someone big, like a Rock comeback or something for him to. Maybe not yet, but maybe in the future. But yeah, definitely with some help with Jey. So I just can't see it being any different to what the other matches have been, where it's been very consistent that Roman Reigns has needed some help.
I know,
which is frustrating because I wish someone would just put Jey Uso on a box and lock him in it.
Oh, not the shark cage! Bring back the shark cage!
Oh no! Remember that was actually a match at the Royal Rumble 2017. Roman and KO and Chris Jericho was oh god, and then Braun Strowman helped Kevin Owens retain, because he attacked Roman. Anyway, okay,
so Roman Reigns to retain for me.
Okay, so all three of us have Roman Reigns to retain. Okay, on to the next match, which is oh boy.
Oh, we're waiting for it.
I can't believe this match is
Compose
happening.
yourself.
Okay, so we have a singles match for the WWE Championship. Yes, we have Drew McIntyre defending his belt up against Goldberg. So yes, oh my god, on Raw Legends, Goldberg came out and confronted Drew like, "You've got no respect," which made no sense because if Drew McIntyre is all about respect as a face champion, so Goldberg just looked like an idiot. And then he pushed Drew when Drew was like, "Fighting you would be like fighting my dad," because as much as I loved Goldberg, he is well past his prime, and I just feel like the fact he's come back and he's got a match just straight away with Drew at 54 years old. 54. I mean, come on, it's ridiculous, and it signals everything wrong with WWE that a 54-year-old part-timer can just come in and get a championship opportunity when there's so many people who work full-time who deserve it way more than Goldberg. And I'm really worried that Drew McIntyre is going to join The Fiend and Kevin Owens, where Goldberg just comes in, wins the championship before WrestleMania, because they did it last year with The Fiend, which I hated. They did it 4 years ago with Kevin Owens, which was I didn't mind as much because I loved Goldberg back then. But anyway, I'm going to say Drew McIntyre. It's hard
after all that.
I know it's heart over head because I think I just can't see them after building Drew up for a whole year as champion, for Goldberg to just come in and beat him in 3 minutes with a spear and a jackhammer. I just can't see it. I'm really hoping that Drew retains and wins somehow, and then Goldberg's like, there's still thing about respect. So Goldberg's like, okay, I respect you now, boy. And then maybe The Miz cashes in or something. I don't know. But I'm going to say Goldberg. I'm going to say Drew. That was close. I'm going to say Drew retains. Please. I swear to God, if Goldberg just beats Drew in like 3 minutes, I will be so annoyed. But okay, I've said enough. Laura, who have you got? Goldberg or Drew?
You're going heart over head, and I'm going head over heart.
No.
I'm awfully sorry. I'm going to go Goldberg. Only for the simple fact. Hear me out.
Go on.
Unless there's an intention of him staying for a little bit longer and doing, I just can't see it happening. So just let him win and get him out of the way.
Well, I think he's got a 2-match deal.
Yeah,
he's got another match at WrestleMania. Yeah, WrestleMania.
Yeah. See, I'm gonna go Goldberg. I'm really sorry, but I
No, it's what's going to happen. I'm just saying Drew because I love Drew, but I know in my head they're going to give it to Goldberg. WWE are idiots, mate. So
you tell Vince that.
Callum.
I won't.
I don't know. I honestly think it is quite difficult to predict because Goldberg does have his 2 little match contract thing, so that basically would suggest to me he beats Drew, and then whoever he faces at WrestleMania, he loses to them, and that's it. You don't see him again until next year. We're just the same thing again to whoever's next.
It's what he did last year, doesn't it? Like he beat the Fiend, and then he lost to Braun Strowman at WrestleMania in like 2 minutes. Well, it was so. Anyway, sorry, Callum, go on.
I mean, Drew McIntyre has this never going down and sort of. But he's had it since last year's WrestleMania, and then when he lost it to Randy, I thought that was sort of a good place to leave that championship reign in some ways, and let Randy only had it for about 40 days. But anyway,
not even that. I think it was like 3 weeks. It was like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Laura.
I'm just gonna go and cry. Be back.
Randy's killing it at the minute. He didn't even need the belt, to be honest. So
no.
Yeah.
I really don't know. Goldberg. I don't know, Goldberg. Just because I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like of anyone to end the reign, it would be Goldberg to take it to Mania to lose to somebody else.
Yeah. So I think I do think they're going to give it to Goldberg, but I just predicted Drew because I was like, come on, please.
Are you sure you don't want to change your mind?
No, I'm sticking with the big Scottish bugger. I don't want to swear. The big Scottish bugger. Come on, Drew. I remember how he always kicks out at big moves. I think Goldberg's going to hit a jackhammer. Drew will kick out, and Goldberg will be like, "What the hell?" And then boom, Claymore. Come on, I can dream. Okay. On to the final match of the card. Yes, the men's Royal Rumble match. Yes. Royal Rumble. It's Keith Lee. So yes, the 30-man Royal Rumble match for a World Championship opportunity at WrestleMania 37. So yes, the winner, of course, will go on to face the Universal or WWE Championship at WrestleMania. So Laura, who are your 3 picks to win the men's Royal Rumble? And I think this is very tricky because there could be a lot of different calls for this year's Rumble. Yeah. Go ahead.
I wish I had 4 because now I've just remembered Keith Lee wasn't on my list. Huh, damn.
Big boy. There you go.
Okay, well, I'll go with the 3 that I had originally, and I'll put in brackets Keith Lee underneath. So I have AJ Styles is on my list.
AJ, okay.
I would like to see him fight at WrestleMania.
For the title?
For the title, yes, for the title.
Okay, AJ.
Okay. And then I had a Fiend comeback in there. Possibly. I think it deserves a big one. It deserves a big comeback if it's going to happen. So that would be quite good. Whether that's going to be, I don't know. What kind of match could it be?
Well, Randy is confirmed to be in the Rumble. So the Fiend, I do think the Fiend is going to come back and get revenge for getting turned on fire. So anyway, sorry. Okay.
Then my number 1 is Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
And given that he was the first to declare himself into the Rumble, I would like to see him win it. So, WrestleMania against Roman Reigns. It's going to take someone good to get to there.
He did say on Talking Smack he wanted to face Roman, but yeah, he was the first to announce. Yeah, it says 25th of December he announced. So those are your 3 picks, Laura: AJ, The Fiend, and Daniel Bryan.
And Keith Lee in brackets.
You only have 3 picks. I want to put Keith Lee, but it's like big boy.
Can someone else choose Keith Lee?
Okay, Callum, who are your 3 picks to win the men's Royal Rumble? Oh, sorry, I never even said who's involved. Sorry, Daniel Bryan, Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Otis, The Miz, Jey Uso, Cesaro, Jeff Hardy, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Of course, there's still a lot more to be in it confirmed, but yeah. Sorry, go on, Callum. Who have you got?
Well, the last name that you read out on that list is one of my picks, Shinsuke Nakamura, to be a 2-time Royal Rumble winner. Went the distance in the gauntlet match, got screwed over. He seems to be he seems to have turned face. His old theme music's back.
Yep.
I'm not really sure what's going to happen with Cesaro. I feel like they're going to have a little bit of a fallout. But yeah, I'm going to go for Shinsuke just because I think, the story can come full circle at WrestleMania. Oh God, this time he should win because of all the matches he's had for a world title against AJ and Jinder Mahal. They didn't win any of them.
Yeah, not one. Yeah.
Anyway, Keith Lee is. I'll say Keith Lee. I'll say Keith Lee.
Big boy. Here we go.
That if Drew McIntyre is still the champion, which he probably won't be, but I don't know. I feel like they could have a match at WrestleMania, or maybe even Keith Lee could beat Goldberg for the WWE Championship.
I could just see Keith Lee spirit bombing Goldberg.
To be fair, I would pay to see that.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious. He just puts Goldberg through the mat. Oh my God.
And then, there's quite a few. I would love to predict The Rock, but I don't think they're going to do The Rock yet. I feel like, if anything, they'll do The Rock next year, because next year's WrestleMania is the Hollywood one, I think. I'm not sure.
No.
Is that 2 years?
WrestleMania 39 is the Hollywood one, yeah.
because
So
they put
two-
them
2
back, didn't
years.
they? They put, yeah,
Yeah.
well, I don't know. I feel like maybe The Rock will be next year or something like that. But
Yeah.
I've actually forgot who I was going to say. Oh, Seth Rollins.
Shout.
What? Seth Rollins?
Yes.
Because he was supposed to come back on a SmackDown like the New Year SmackDown or something, and apparently he's been backstage on SmackDowns and stuff, just waiting to, be put back in or whatever. So yeah, I feel like why not? Like as Seth turning face again to win the Rumble, comes through his Burn It Down theme tune again when he comes out, faces Roman at WrestleMania and maybe beats Roman for the belt again. I don't know. I feel like it might just be an interesting turn for Seth Rollins. Having a baby has turned me face again.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
He's busy being a dad, but I think he could come back. Yeah.
So Seth Rollins. Yeah,
that's a good pick, Callum. All right, fair enough.
I like that.
Okay, so these are my 3 picks. Very similar. I've got Shinsuke Nakamura. Because I think it's obvious they're pushing him again. This is the Shinsuke we've wanted to see ever since he made his main roster debut, and he's been wasted the last three years. It's incredible how badly they've wasted him. They didn't give him the belt when he was feuding with Jinder, and then AJ in 2018, which and then he's just been a pretty mid card heel ever since then. But now it looks like he's turning face again, like Callum said, with the gauntlet match, He beat Daniel Bryan clean. He beat Jey Uso clean. Baron Corbin clean. It's like, come on, he's bringing his old theme back. Come on, Shinsuke. So I just want to see him get a big push again, and I think him and Roman could be a really cool match. Second, big boy Keith Lee. I just think I really want to see Keith Lee win it, because I think they're giving him a slow burn push. I think he's just going to be in the mid card for a little while, but it's obvious Vince loves him, because I watched the documentary with Keith Lee. And he was backstage with Vince, and Vince just went, "Wow, look at what I've got here!" Like when he's like, "Look at you, you're perfect," because Vince loves his big men. So I just think they're gonna give Keith. It's a matter of when, not if, Keith Lee's going to get his big push, and I hope it's very soon. So yeah, Keith Lee to win. And my third pick, neither of you have said him. I have gone with Cesaro.
No,
because I think they're giving him a bit of a push at the minute. He beat Daniel Bryan clean.
I was thinking, maybe he eliminates Shinsuke, but I mean, I've predicted Shinsuke to win now. But yeah, he could eliminate Shinsuke to stay heel himself, and turn Shinsuke fully face, and get that feud going. Maybe Shinsuke wins off Cesaro later on in the year sometime if we're having a slow burn of feud. But yeah, I mean, Cesaro's got potential.
Yeah, I just think how much you can see they're pushing him again now, and I think he'd be such a big. I think if you ask any WWE fan worth their salt, they'll tell you who's one of the most underrated and underappreciated wrestlers in WWE. Cesaro. Mm-hmm. He's incredible, and they've literally done very little with him apart from the bar with their Sheamus, but that was tag team stuff. I want to see Cesaro go for a world title. It's long overdue. They should have done this years ago, and with him getting a bit of a push in SmackDown, like I said, beating Daniel Bryan clean as a whistle, I think, was a big statement last week. Who did he beat?
Dolph Ziggler.
Beat Dolph Ziggler, yeah. So I think he could be a good shout. And I just think if Cesaro won, I just think him versus Drew or Roman at WrestleMania could be a really good match. So please, Vince, push the Swiss cyborg. Come on.
You mean Goldberg, not Drew?
What?
You said if he faces Drew at WrestleMania, you mean Goldberg?
Well, no, I think Drew is going to retain, don't I?
That's the joke. That's the joke.
Or Drew might win it back before WrestleMania. I don't know. Anyway,
that's wishful thinking.
Yes. Okay. Well, I believe that's everything. That maybe a few matches might get announced before the Rumble. I think maybe there's going to be a triple threat with Apollo and Sammy going up against Big E.
Yep.
For the IC belt, I think a triple threat's been teased. If that match happens, I've got Big E to retain. It's too early to take the belt off him. Have you guys got Big E? Both. If that match happens.
Yep,
I'd probably
absolutely.
say Big E.
Maybe Rudolph versus the Street Profits for the SmackDown belts. Maybe I don't know. I And I think I can't think of any other matches. Before we finish, have you guys got any surprise entrants for the Rumble? Do you think Brock could come back? Edge could make a comeback?
Yep.
Like Callum said, Seth Rollins might be a big return. Becky Lynch could come back. Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
There could be some. What do you guys think? Do you think there's going to be any? I know there'll be a few NXT call-ups. There'll be a few legends to fill out the Rumble matches. But what have you guys got? Any surprise entrants?
Well, you're generally. Sorry, you can go first, Laura.
No. Go ahead.
You get the Litas and the Trish Strasses for the women's match. They seem to have their yearly return when they have the women's matches. But yeah, for the men's, obviously you could have. I was gonna. Brock Lesnar was an outside pick to win the Rumble for me because if Goldberg is to win it back again, perhaps we can do.
Oh no! I've just realised that they could do. They could do a WrestleMania 33 rematch. Yeah,
they could do Goldberg versus Brock again.
That's actually a really good call.
I didn't choose him though, so I mean, but he's an outside pick for me, I suppose. Yeah, I'm not really sure who else. Edge back from his obviously Seth Rollins, perhaps. I can't really think of anyone else who's away. Andrade, he's been away for a long time from his surgeries and stuff, so he could be, something. But yeah,
Alistair Black.
Yeah, Buddy Murphy. Where the hell's Buddy Murphy gone?
Sorry, Laura. We're saying everything here. Go on. Any surprise picks?
I put 5 people on my list just as I was thinking out loud earlier on. So I had Seth as a definite. Edge, Samoa Joe, maybe. He always loves a comeback. That guy. Brock Lesnar.
Come on, Joe.
And then as my last pick, I went for Wade Barrett. Only because he seems to have made a bit more of an appearance these days. So,
well, he's a commentator on NXT. He's a permanent commentator on NXT. So I mean, I don't see.
Yeah. So why not? Why not?
Samoa Joe's a good call. No, I think that's just fantasy.
Yeah, I think
we predicted CM Punk last year and he never turned up. So
everyone predicts CM Punk every year, and I still think it's ever going to. AJ Lee for the women's, maybe, because I don't know, it's possible. What about? I was going to say Brie and Nikki Bella, but they've only been, they've only given birth recently, so I wouldn't imagine that they're in a state to do it right yet. So
I do think Samoa Joe could be. Oh my god, because he's one of my favourites. If Samoa Joe, he's been on commentary for most of last year, and while he's amazing on commentary, I would love to see him come back. Even though he is I think Joe's 40 something now, but he can still wrestle. He's not like
young.
Well, I think 40 is about not like young, but I think most wrestlers in their prime are early to mid 30s. But yeah, I would love to see Joe back anyway. Like saying that he just gets off the commentary desk and rips off his shirt like yes! I'd be like, oh yes, I'd go nuts because he's one of my favourites, Joe. But anyway, yeah. So is that everything for the Rumble then, guys?
I think so.
Alexa versus Oscar. I don't know. That could be a match potentially, but.
If that does happen, Alexa.
I mean, she did pin her clean, so realistically, she should be having a match for the belt at some point. But she's in the Rumble already, so I don't know maybe whether or not they will have one at the Royal Rumble or not, or it's going to be later on. But they should have one eventually at some point.
Here's a surprise pick for the Rumble. Callum T-shirt, you got me. The Big Show. Just the Big Show comes back. Yes.
Yes.
No, for 16,050th time, is he face or is he heel? No one will ever know.
I think he's still got a few more matches left in him. So if Big Show came back, that would be cool too. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for joining me, guys. For the Royal Rumble. It's been great to have you both back.
Nice to be here as always.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's a pleasure as always. And so the next pay-per-view, I believe, is Elimination Chamber. And that'll probably be me and Callum. And then Laura will be joining me for the March pay-per-view, which I think they're bringing back Armageddon from like 2008. So I think Armageddon could be coming. So I'll be doing that with Laura in March.
Well, and then Fastlane. Beep, beep, move.
I don't think they're doing Fastlane this year.
I don't think so.
I think it's Elimination Chamber and Armageddon, I think. And then, obviously, the three of us will be back for WrestleMania 37. Wow, that's come up on us so fast, man. I can't believe WrestleMania season already. Like, it feels like yesterday. WrestleMania got announced to be at the Performance Center, and now here we are again.
Yeah.
Nearly a year later. Wow. So, yeah, guys, well, thank you for both joining me. We hope you all enjoy the Royal Rumble.
Yep. Have a nice time. Have fun watching, everybody.